Alright, so this is the part we've been waiting on. Well, this is the old one. It's the dipstick tube off of 8960. And that was our problem. Welcome back to Eastern Plains of Colorado, here on McCaffrey Farms. I'm Alan McCaffrey, and right now I'm in the 8960. I got chisel on. I'm heading down to some of the ground that I'm going to be farming. There's some of it that I want to try and get broken up. That's why we got the chisel on. Get it chiseled up, then in a little bit come back, disc it, and then hopefully be able to plant some Prozo millet on it. So I'm heading down to see if I can do that. Today is Friday the 8th. Hopefully you can do this. I won't be able to do much tonight. I have an exam I still need to take. I'm gonna head down. Dad's gonna be coming behind me soon. We're just gonna get it down here and hopefully try and get it set to somewhere somewhat decent for tomorrow. Then hopefully I can get down and start going somewhat early. There's gonna be 3 circles that I'm gonna be breaking out like this and going this way. So if I get a good start on it tomorrow, I should be able to do decent. And here is the quarter of wheat just east of our house. It's looking better and better. A lot of those bare spots that didn't have much there definitely getting filled in. And what is already there, it's already looks like it's grown some, to me anyways, but got a nice dark color to it and it's looking pretty darn good. Welcome back. Today is now April 9th. It is a Saturday, about 6:30. I'm just heading down to the tractor. I think I'm gonna have to put like a 1/2 inch cylinder stop in on the chisel. Then I think it should be set pretty well. And then I'm gonna get started chiseling this ground. Right now I am just using my phone again, because my GoPro is not working. I don't know what's wrong with it. I charged it last night and it's acting like it's dead. Oh fun. Hopefully I can get most of it done myself. I have till like 5 o'clock tonight because we're gonna be going to church this afternoon, and then I'll be able to do some tomorrow before we have to head back to Laramie. I'm gonna at least have it to where there's the outside round done around all the fields, and that way if I don't get everything started, there'll at least be the outside, and then Dad can go and do it later once I leave. Hopefully I can get most of it done myself because Dad's got a few other things to do, and coming up in the next few weeks we're gonna be really busy. Dad's still got a little bit of hay to haul, and it's supposed to be windy a couple of the days. But then after that, Dad's got his own chiseling that he needs to do, and we need to do that before we plant. Then we gotta do roughly 900 acres. We gotta get kind of worked up for millet of Dad's. And then we also gotta get the corn planter ready in that time. And then eventually, if our cousin and my uncle can't get the strip tilling done themselves, they said they'd have an extra strip tiller that we could either go get or might be close to where we are anyways, and we could always strip till with our tractor. And we're gonna be doing the 1 circle of Grandpa's, and Dad was saying with the little bit higher corn prices, he'll probably do corn there at the house. We need to do that because the weeds are kind of getting out of hand. We need to do that so we can spray some good chemical on it and get those weeds knocked back real good again. But yeah, we got a lot to do, so hopefully I can get all this done somewhat soon, within the next day or 2 if things go good, and then we can start doing a few other things because some of the ground's probably gonna need swept first before we plant, and so we're probably going to be using both sweeps this year, at least at this time, because of kind of the time crunch we have. But now I'm going to be chiseling some ground, so let's go do that. I parked the pickup over there. I think that should be out of the circle where I need it. So real quick, I'll just kind of show you what it looks like, how it did last night, and why I'm glad I am being able to do this, because right now it's to the point where I kind of needed to do it, and I'll show you why. Which, this is a good sign. When you look at this grass, it's a little harder to tell right now just the way the sun is. There's actually a lot of green coming. But if you see, there's a lot of new grass coming, which is good. Shows that we have some good moisture, but I don't really want too much grass coming back because I want to get worked up. Working up pretty decent. It's not leaving real huge chunks. There are some. This one's a little bit bigger, but for the most part, it's not doing too terrible. Those are some bigger chunks, but this is why I want to come disc it, not necessarily to kill anything, just cut these chunks up, level it out some more, and I think it'll look pretty good. For the most part, it's getting a lot of the grass underneath and buried, mixed up and everything, so overall I think it's going to work good. So I'll let tractor warm up a little bit longer, get my AB line set, and we can go from there. Alright, I'm getting a decent amount done. Getting pretty close to the middle. Those deals right there are part of the old sprinklers. The closest one is a pivot pad, and then there's a well. So I'm getting close halfway done. So far it's working decent. Going roughly 1800 RPMs in B2, so it's about 5 miles an hour. It is working the tractor a decent amount. I just stopped a little while ago. The temperature did get up there. For the most part, I've been staying in the same spot, and then I kind of looked back, and then as I looked back forward, I saw the warning light was flashing, and it was just barely tipping into the red every once in a while, so I stopped for a little bit, just kind of walked around. If it keeps trying to get into the red a little bit, I'm gonna call Dad. He's got the red Ford. It's got the air compressor on it, and if it does it too much more, I'll call him and we'll see if we can blow the radiator out some, see if that'll help. It is a hard pull. I mean, it's been in grass for 15 years now and I had cows on it. It is a hard pull, but I was hoping it wouldn't be this hard of a pull. If it continues to get into the red some, even after we blow the radiator out, I'm probably gonna have to pull the chisel out a little bit more, which I don't really want to do. We're not going in too terribly far, and I'd also hate to do it midway through a field, but I also can't work for 5 minutes and sit for 2 or whatever it's gonna be. So I guess we'll see how the rest of the day goes. Dad is on his way. I'm letting it cool down a little bit. It just started doing it again, so I stopped. I'll let it cool down some. Then the trail that goes from the road just over there is on that side, so once it cools down some, I'll go the rest of the way this way and back, then let it cool off some. Then when Dad gets here, we'll try and blow the radiator out and see, hopefully that helps. All right, Dad is just leaving. He's gonna go eat and then get back in the semi, start hauling some more hay. We did get a decent amount of stuff out of the radiator, and he did bring some coolant down, and I ain't gonna have it mix up some more because it looked like we were still a little low, so maybe part of it didn't have enough coolant in it, I don't know. So when he goes to eat lunch, he said he'll mix up 2 more gallon, and then as he comes back down to the field, he'll just stop and put them in the white Ford that I have here. So in that way, if it does heat a little bit more, I can just go to the white Ford and get it. But hopefully that helps. Like I said, it was a little low, so maybe that was the problem, is it just didn't have enough coolant. Who knows? But I'm gonna let it warm up a little bit, get the auto steer going again, and hopefully we can get at least this circle and a good part of the second circle done today, so that'd be nice. Overall, it's not too bad. It is pulling a little rough, but that's just kind of to be expected. But for the most part, it's pulling pretty decent. It's just, there's, like I said, just a few spots that kind of bounces around every once in a while. It is now Sunday the 10th. I am heading back down. It's about 6:30. Gonna go get started. I got the first circle done. I'm gonna try and get started on the second one. I started the other one around 7, got done with it at like 4 o'clock ish, and that was with having to kind of wait and add coolant and everything. So first things first, when I get down there, I'm gonna add some more coolant to it. I think I have another 2 gallons, so I'm gonna add that, and then just to get a little fuller, because what we put in, I think there's still quite a bit of room for more coolant. So put that in just to have it in there, maybe help keep the engine a little more cool. And then I'm gonna get started on the second one. This one is gonna be a lot more rough. It's got basically the whole field's kind of that clump grass, and that's where it kind of pulled the worst, and it's gonna really suck in the next couple weeks where I need to disc it, because that's where it was also leaving bigger chunks, because the grass was just in clumps and it wasn't wanting to break up very well. So that's not going to be fun. But I should be able to get this one done if everything goes just as good. Because if I don't have to stop, if I keep going, I should be able to get it done probably 3:30 or 3 hopefully. Then I can leave from there, maybe get started a little bit on the third circle, and then Dad said he can finish up what I don't get done, which hopefully shouldn't be much, and that circle will be really nice because there's hardly any clump grass in it, so it should break up really well. Been going about 2 hours now, and it's been going good. Except for, I'm not going right now. See, tractor shows half a tank of fuel. See that? Half a tank. But, got about halfway through on this pass, and the tractor kind of started acting goofy. The RPMs were going down and back up and down, and so I lifted it up, still doing it, so I shut the tractor off. Then I kind of remembered there's been a couple times 8400s darn near ran out of fuel, and that's what it did. I looked, there wasn't much fuel in it. Now normally we would have filled up first of the day, but however, Dad is putting a new, I think he's putting a new pump on the transfer tank on the pickup and putting a meter on. We're doing that because, one, we probably need new farm fuel pumps because they pumped a lot of fuel, and 2, the meters, since I'm farming and going to be needing diesel, and Michael's going to be pulling some diesel out of it for his own reasons, he was putting the new meter and stuff on, and it says it's taking him a little bit longer. This said it still had a decent amount of fuel, so it's okay, I'll go down, work till you get it done, and we can come put fuel in it. Apparently it didn't have as much fuel as it was saying it did, so I think Michael's gonna come down and get me, because the pickup is way over there. It was going good. This clump grass it's kind of making making it a pain. It's not really wanting to flow through very well. I probably could have used another 100 cows on this circle, probably more. It's just a little bit taller still, and it's not wanting to flow through the chisel as well. So, which I knew this was going to be more of a pain to do just because, but it hasn't been going too terrible until I ran out of fuel. It's not a good way to find out your fuel gauge doesn't work, that's for sure. I was hoping I'd be able to get this circle done before I needed to leave, but now it's not looking like we're doing it. It's, like I said, we need to keep track of who uses what fuels, and that way it's a little more fair on the fuel bill, because we like to get a bigger tank, but we also don't want to just get 3 tanks and have 3 sets of farm fuel, because that'd be annoying. We just want to get a bigger tank, and then we can watch it on the meters and whatnot. But yeah, so I guess I'll go home and help Dad get the fuel tank ready, and then we can bring some fuel down. All right, I'm going again. I went a decent ways. It's been a while. It's been working good, so I've been going. This clump grass, whatever the heck it's called, I don't know what actual type of grass it is. It just grows in clumps, so I'm calling it clump grass. Is gonna make it a pain for disking. As you can see, it's not leaving a very good finish where that grass is. Where there's no clump grass, it's leaving a good finish, but you just have to hit it with the disc good, I guess. As you can see, once I get this pass done, I'll be halfway done. It's not supposed to rain or anything, but Dad said there's a little bit of snow just right there, rain-snow mix. I don't think it's gonna hit here, but hopefully my trip to Laramie's not bad. So far, it's going decent. I was hoping to get a little bit more of this circle done. It is only 2 o'clock. I'm just gonna see how things go on how long I keep running it. If it doesn't really look like anything's gonna be happening at Laramie, I'm just gonna keep going. I don't know, might be a mistake, might not, who knows. But so far it's going good. I don't know if you can really see it, but it's starting to sprinkle a little bit, and I actually think there's a few snowflakes falling. But once I get to this end, I'm gonna go park across the road at the pickup. Not because it's sprinkling and a few snowflakes, but because it's 3:30-ish. I still need to pack stuff up to head to Laramie, so. And I got homework to finish last minute, but once I get to this side, I'm gonna call it good, let the tractor cool off a little bit, and then from here on, I think Dad said tomorrow he'll try and get these other 2 circles finished up, because it's supposed to be windy, and since it's supposed to be windy, I don't think Dad's really going to be able to get a lot of other stuff done, so he said he can just finish this up real quick. This other circle should be pretty easy. There's hardly no clump grass in it, and that's what's been giving fits. I think what causes the most problem is there at the wheels right there and there. There's a couple shanks that are really close, and so when those clumps of grass get lifted up, it gets stuck in between the tire, and then it just plugs up from there. It's a little annoying, but other than the grass and finding out our fuel gauge doesn't work anymore, it's been going decent. It's working up okay for as much grass as it has. Like I said, there's not a whole lot left on this one, and then there's one more circle, not this one. I'm going to be planting corn in this one. It's ate down fairly well from the cows, but it's the one just west of this one. Get that one worked up, and then after a while, come back and disc them up. This one that we're on right now, I might have to disc up twice, because some of those chunks are pretty big, and I don't know how well the disc is going to work on it. Hopefully I don't have to disc it twice, but we'll see. But as of now, that's probably going to be it. Like I said, kind of exciting that I get to do this. It's something I've always looked forward to, is farming on my own. Not 100% the best year to get into it, but It's also kind of a neat opportunity where it's some family ground that 15 years ago, I believe, in '06 was the last year they had a crop on it, which was corn. And the wells got to where they weren't doing very good and they wanted to retire them. And I don't know if that was the only way to do it, was to put it in the CREP or whatever, but they ended up putting it in and it came out and they're looking for someone to farm it. So I was the one that was able to get it. But yeah, it's kind of cool. Hopefully it works out well. But for now, that's probably going to be it. Thank you for watching. I'm Alan McCaffrey. We'll see you next time.